Right, hello, lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, and I hope you all are enjoying your weekend so far. There's a little bit to talk about today. Surprisingly, though, no real transfer news. I was considering talking about Alexandre Bernabei again today, but I thought I did it yesterday. There's no point doing it 2 days in a row. You guys already saw the news about it, but hopefully you guys enjoy the change because we're going to cover some real Celtic news. None of this speculative stuff. So, before we go any further though, if you guys are enjoying the off-season content and you want to help support the channel, the best way to do so is to click that like button, click the subscribe button. The support recently has been absolutely immense and I thank you all for that. But we've got new goals, new targets, 4,000 subscribers. I'm not setting a target to hit that before Ange returns. We already hit 3,000, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for all the support. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, Christopher Jullien. I would put him in a category of almost a cult hero. You know, he's very, very close to that range. You know, he was immense for us when we signed in. He scored some amazing, crucial goals, and he just loved the fans, you know. But he just had to go off and blab to the media about how he was dissatisfied with his playing time. Now, on his Instagram page, he's actually been posting training videos, you know, pretty stock standard. But the fact is that he has been training in his Celtic kit. Now, Celtic training kit, not his actual jersey. Now, it was believed Jullien was on his way out. French clubs were circling, you know. There was clearly a bit of a rift between him and Ange, and it just didn't seem like it was his time at Celtic was going to extend any further. But with these new videos, coupled with the fact that we're still a bit uncertain with Carl Starfelt's injury, you know, things may just not seem as certain as it was previously. Now, I am aware that Starfelt has been uploading his socials as well. He's been posting videos of him in training with a personal trainer in Sweden, trying to get back up to fitness and to recover from the hamstring tear. Still no news about how long he will be out for because, you know, we know it can range anywhere from 1 month to 3 months. We'll have to wait and see that. But still, with Starfelt pretty much injured, I'd say, and unfit to play, Celtic have seemingly missed out on Ko Itakura and Taylor Harwood-Bellis. It seems that Ange may turn to the veteran centre-back and a proven centre-back at Celtic, I might add, to fill that gap and fight for that position. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys here because I hate lying, right? If Starfelt is injured for Flag Day, right, against Aberdeen, and we don't sign a new centre-back, obviously it's going to be between Welsh and Jullien to fill that void. And I'll be 100% honest, I would rather see Jullien take that spot because I still remember how solid Jullien was before he got injured. But because that player is still there, I'm convinced of it, you know. But the physical assets he brings to the team is incredible. You know, he's 6'5". You can't coach someone to be 6'5". He's not even that flimsy on the ball for being so tall. And in the air, he absolutely dwarfs anyone who contests him for a header, right? And I can understand why he was frustrated. You know, it's understandable. Being out for 18 months with injury, that's going to firstly, you know, have you so desperate to play football again. And then to miss another 6 months because the coach doesn't want to play you. That's 2 years of missed football. You know, he's not going to be happy. And I can understand the frustrations. I was just disappointing the fact that he had to go make it public, right? But to me, it's nothing that can be solved, that can't be solved over a cup of coffee, right? And if he doesn't want to stay at Celtic, sure. You know, like, no one's going to force him to stay. There's so many centre-backs on the market. We can find a replacement, you know, but if he wants to stay, why not keep him? You know, we paid £7 million for him in the first place, right? He showed us his qualities and showed us why we paid that much for him. You know, it would just be, if he wanted to stay, I'd keep him there because I think if Starfelt's injured, I would rather have Jullien there. And I know if Starfelt's fit and ready, he does deserve that spot because at the end of last season, him and Carter Vickers were unbreakable. You know, no attacker could breach their defense. So that's my 2 cents on that. I'd like to know what you guys think on that because I know a lot of you are aren't fond of Jullien, but I know a lot of you aren't fond of Starfelt as well. So I'd like to get your opinions on that. But elsewhere on the Celtic news front, the gaffer, Ange, has spoken to the club and the Celtic print, which is called the Celtic View, about what the club will be aiming for in the upcoming Champions League campaign. Now, he spoke and said that, for me, what's important is that it's a stage this football club needs to be at, and we get to test ourselves against the best. That's the football club we want to be, and it will be a great experience. It's something we can all look forward to and plan for to ensure we have to make the most of the opportunity by being as prepared as we can. We are striving to make an impact in the competition as well. It's not just about being involved. Now, don't get me wrong, right? You know, it would be an absolute disaster. It'd be an absolute terrible look. It would be Neil Lennon 2.0 if he came out and said, oh yeah, nah, we're just in the comp for shits and gigs, right? Because he'd be on a plane back to Australia within the coming hours, you know, but it's a great sign of intent from Ange. And, you know, out of all the managers in the world and out of all the managers going into the Champions League this year, he has the most reasons. He would be the most determined out of all of them to succeed, right? He is the first ever Australian manager to manage a team in the Champions League. He has a lot to prove. He doesn't have a lot to prove, but he will feel he has a lot to prove, and he will feel he is responsible for Europe's perception of other Australian managers, depending whether he performs or whether he doesn't perform. Because, you know, he's already been getting the recognition, you know, doing well in the Premiership, but now on the grander stage of them all, the best competition in all of Europe, it's going to be telling to see how well Celtic perform under his guidance, right? But the mentality of Ange is also reflected in the playing squad, which is, you know, that's the best thing you want to see, is that the players and the coach both have the same perspective, right? Players such as David Turnbull, Callum McGregor, to the back end of the season, were always talking about what the Champions League meant to the playing group and what it meant to the club, and how we're going to play, and how we're going out there to win, and we're not going out there just to fill up the numbers, because that's what a lot of people think Celtic are just doing. That's not true. We're going to go out there and we're going to try to win. And look, if we do get drawn into the group of death, right? If we do get drawn into a group, right, let's say with Bayern Munich, let's say with Liverpool, and I don't even know who the best team in pot 3 is. Maybe Ajax are in there, I'm not too sure. But if we get the hardest draw possible, and, you know, we're still going to go out there and try and win every game. We're not going to sit back and play for a point. That's pointless, right? And the reason we're not going to do that, not just because we're going out there, you know, to prove something to the rest of the clubs in Europe. We're doing it for the fans, because it's been far too long since Celtic fans have been able to support their team in the Champions League, you know, right? The last time we were in the Champions League, I watched the games, right? But I can barely remember them, you know. It seems like such a distant memory of us performing in the group stages, right? But we can go out there and we can, you know, do it for the fans, we can do it for the club, and we can prove that we're not just there for the numbers. And I think that's what the club is aiming to do, and that's clearly exactly what Ange wants to do and what the players want to do. Because at the end of the day, it's not just a paycheck. If we perform in Europe, the benefits are endless, right? And I'm not going to go into depth, but, you know, we all know what they are. Regardless, though, let's talk about Kyogo just quickly. We haven't got much left to talk about, but a quick few little stories. Kyogo, he seems to have his whole life set out after football. He's just appeared on a Japanese food show, or is it a cooking show? Is it a competition? I'm not 100% certain. It's called Semenyan, I believe, or Seiyanan, I believe it is. If I've butchered that and there's any Japanese viewers watching, please don't go ham on me. Actually correct me. I'd like to know how to actually pronounce it and what it actually is. Regardless, though, he seems very happy. He seems like he's a TV star now, Kyogo, so he clearly has his life set out after football. But we can't let him get too comfortable doing that, because he still has another grueling campaign for Celtic ahead. And he also has to link up back with Celtic in the Austria camp in about 2 weeks, I believe it is. Yeah, it's just over 2 weeks away for that. And to end the video, a quick update on Tom Rogic's future. For those who are interested, it is believed he will be joining Indonesian side Persija Jakarta. I don't understand why he's going to the Indonesian league. Actually, no. Let me rephrase. I don't understand why a player of his quality would want to be in the Indonesian league. I can understand why for him personally, because, you know, He's moving closer back to home into Australia. He can earn at least one last paycheck because they are a very lucrative club in the Indonesian league. But I still think he has the quality to compete at a much higher level. But I can understand his reasons for doing so. And yeah, best of luck to him in the future. But that is all from me. So if you guys did enjoy the video and you want to help support the channel, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments below your thoughts on the Jullien situation and also the Champions League situation and what the players and club and Ange is talking about. And yeah, until next time, hail, hail.